A lot of facts that I don't need or am too worried about. Don't think the kid did it either. Need to do a little bit more digging in this one. This will probably be a highlight kind of thing, not doing a lot of the me walking about doing all the inspections.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Gotta figure out what those abbreviations mean. But the only person I can talk to that would know it would be Negan, but he's not talking at the moment, so I gotta figure something out. Alright, let's go back to Baker Street. Once I learn how everything kind of works and kind of intertwines, it'll be a little bit easier, I'm thinking, for me to handle these challenges. The thing is, I think, though, I mean, obviously the wife is innocent. She doesn't have enough physical power to do it. But then, if I'm ruling that out, there's no way the kid does either.
And the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Doggy! Toby!
Brave Toby. The best
Toby.
nose in the British Empire.
Oh god. Dear god. Can't believe I saw that. Great. So it's something about an archive. Oh, here we go. Research. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is good. It's 23rd it was the 23rd largest bank in Britain. It was the second largest in history. Joshua Nelgen, one of the assistant shooting, has been last set aboard his yacht program for the port of Norway. Nelligan is wanted by both police and his credits. Here we go. Found something.
I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still
He's tracing down his father.
connected with the murder. It is time to ask him.
He's looking for his father.
My archive. I can always
Oh!
if needed.
So he needed the log at that point to talk to... he needed the log from the other guy so he could start tracking down, because his father went on the same ship as the Sea Unicorn. Okay. Oh, this is cool. I'm getting somewhere. Crimes and Punishment. He's reading the book that this thing is awesome. That's great. Alright, here we go. Let's keep it going. I'm going to go in and just simply talk to the boy. Alright, I've got another bit of information.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for
Nope.
the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting.
And why you didn't tell me that?
Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Yep. Alright, next step. Back to Woodman's Lee. Here we go. Oh, because yeah, the sea logs were in the back corner over by the... above the bed to the left of the harpoons. So I'll know exactly where that is.
1883. That's the one I need.
Cool.
This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This is the crew list of the Sea
Got it.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Okay then. Give me a second. I had something and I can't think of it now. Ship's log. Nope. Cool. That's completed. Baker Street. Okay, let's go back to Baker Street. Oh god, this is a long mission. But gosh, this is interesting. I've never been so enthralled in like just a crime drama or something like that. I mean, I've always watched the television shows, so it's finally interesting to be on the actual deducting end of this one. I always take guesses in the middle of the shows, of course, like every other sane human being does, but this one, it's finally interesting seeing me work it out. Because, I mean, the paths are already there. You just have to, you know, at that point find the way and connect them all. So we'll see. I think the longitude and latitudes of these are the big issue. That's got to be what's in the book. 'Cause those are nautical locations.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Interesting. Cole Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service,
All right, then.
Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Alright then.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Soon as possible,
I'll
sir.
be there shortly.
Yes, I shall be there. Alright then. New facts about the case. Let's do it. It's either A, going to be one of his old sailing buddies, or could be Nelligan, could be the father. Too many variables. I mean, a good whale hunting campaign could bring in a lot of money. I gotta say, I like whoever designed the sound effects on this one. They're pretty good.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes.
Let her...
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest... Of course. It's in the evidence room. At your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead.
Taking.
Alright. I'll go examine the letter. Boots.
These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. A pen. Nothing unusual about it. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
And that is something I have to do back at the opening area. Give me a second, guys. Nope. Go back to Baker Street. I have the chemical set all set up. Alright. There's a lot of jumping around, but this is kind of interesting to go through, because... you know what? I'll go ahead and tell the story. Back in high school, I used to take a forensics class. It was specifically focused on, like, you know, the actual forensics that are done in police investigations, either through like blood testing, blood splatter. It was really just kind of an interesting class. It was the first time they think they offered it at my high school. So of course, normally I would just like, oh, this is a cool class, I'll take it. But give me 1 second, I'm gonna figure out which one to research. Oh, I can't. Come on. All right, maybe it's here. Recover Hurley's letter. Here we go.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Oh god. Alright, give me a second, I gotta look at this again.
All second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent.
So, alright, I think I've got it. Blue, which causes the first sequence. Green to separate that first segment there. Another blue to start a second sequence. Follow that up with an orange. Then a clear again. Or clear for the first time, I should say. We're still getting that orangey color that we need, which should just achieve this and no matter what happens. Almost there, and then another colorless. Did I do it?
Done. Now
Yes! Okay, there we go.
Let us see if the content of this letter shows.
Just gonna go ahead and Zamboni this thing. Just
I did as
there
you
we go.
asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurley react to this?
alright then. Oh, footprints here. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Okay, so I finally found the footprints. Okay. Too small. So there's not Corey's. Hurley's.
These boots
Perfect.
match the footprints exactly.
Okay, so I think he had something to do with it, and I doubt he's the gardener. Alright then. So I need to connect that with the gardener, maybe? Aha! Got it.
Compression wear.
Ah, cool.
Very popular here in Australia. All the girls wear compression wear for some reason. Basically, it's what you wear to the gym.
You're blocking my screen, man.
Like UA.
You are now.
I'm not UA, am I? I'm not UA.